one of the most important things you can do when preparing your lot for construction is to make sure that the road and the driveway that goes onto the site build is well prepared. You want to make sure you've got enough road material, and you want it to be compacted. It needs to be a solid surface. Why is that? Well, this is why. This truck that's going to eventually deliver a septic tank for your house, well, the truck by itself, 22 tons. The septic tank, another 6 tons. Obviously, depending on the septic tank you have, that could vary a little bit. But we've got 28 tons of equipment going up this road, and so it's important that you understand that. See, most people, you're coming from the United States, maybe Canada, whatever country you're from, most of the times, well, it's well developed. You might be going into a subdivision and the roads are already in place. A lot of them already have blacktop, already have cement. But when you come to a beautiful raw land like Costa Rica, while there are so many amazing, beautiful things to see, you'll need to understand that the majority of those roads are not developed. So you really need to be thinking ahead and have your road prepared so that whenever the equipment comes up, it's going to be ready. So those are things that are going to be extra cost that you normally wouldn't be doing in the United States. So those are things that just you need to think about, because if you don't have that road, it could cost you a lot of problems and a lot of extra money and time. So keep in mind, have your road and your driveway prepared, and you won't have the problems that you could have otherwise.
It's time to see if we can get this 28-ton piece of equipment up the hill. The driver knows he needs to get a running start and stay in the center of the road in hopes of getting to the top of the hill. While it may not look like it from your end, this road is fairly steep for a gravel road, that is, and we got a fair amount of rain last night. Let's hope he can make it to the top of the road. Here he comes. Come on, come on. Uh-oh, he's slowing down. Uh-oh, he's sliding off the road. It's not looking good. I do believe he is stuck. We had the track hoe come down, hook a chain to the front of the truck in hopes to help. But that truck has too much weight. It wasn't long before the chain broke, and we spent the next few hours digging the truck out of the ditch with the track hoe. So why didn't the truck make it up the road? Well, the biggest factor was that the first crew we hired on a bad recommendation didn't prepare the road right. So after digging out the truck, this new crew stripped the road down back to the clay and started building it the right way.
So let's talk about preparing your road to your site. There's several things that you need to consider. Number one, talk with your developer or whoever sold you the property. Whose responsibility is it to actually build the road to your site? Because if you're in a gated community and you're paying HOA fees, well, it's possible that it's the developer's responsibility to actually build the road. In this other scenario, you may be building in some remote area and it's not a gated community. So you need to be thinking it's going to be your responsibility to actually build the road and your driveway. In this scenario, we're actually building this road ourselves so that we can get to our site. But what should you think about in preparing that road? First off, this road was really nothing more than a cattle trail. So we had to actually level and scrape the road first. Then we brought in a compactor. Now, bringing in a compactor that knows what he's doing, he's going to compact this road before we ever put any road material, or what some people call luster, on top of the road. So as he's compacting it, he's checking his gauges. According to his gauges, if he has a gauge that reads about 40, it's going to be good and strong so that we can now put road material. At the moment, right here, it reads about 5, which means it's very soft. So what we have to do is we have to bring in a lot of road material, and as you can see, the excavators and that track hoe is spreading out all of this road material. He'll spread out the road material, the compactor is going to come in and he's going to compact it, and every time they put more road material, he compacts it. Each time that gauge goes a little higher. When that gauge reads about 40, then it's strong, it's sturdy. Even though that compactor is as far away as it is, I can feel the ground already beginning to shake. So this compactor is very important in making sure that your road base is going to be solid. It's compacting all of that material so you have a good solid foundation for heavy equipment to get up to your build site. And we can now bring in that 28-ton truck that's bringing in the septic tank, and we should have no problems. So it's really important to be thinking about having a good solid road to your site build. Now, while you're thinking about building the road, you also need to think about the drainage on that road. Whose responsibility is it to have the proper drainage going on the side of the roads? Are you going to put in culverts? Or in Costa Rica, they often slant the side of the road and they put in concrete so that it drains and it keeps the road from washing away. These are all things that you need to think about when it's time to prepare your road before you even get to the driveway of your house.
Now that we have the crew we originally was going to hire, they've spent the better part of the day fixing and building the road correctly. In Costa Rica, it is easy to get misled or given a bad recommendation like we were. To avoid those costly mistakes, take a moment to schedule your free 20-minute phone consultation by clicking the link that's either in the description below this video or in the first comment. One of our professionals will make sure to guide you in the right direction. After leveling and packing the clay road, they started dumping new road material on the compacted surface. Then it was time to spread it all out, and as you can see, a good team sure knows how to work together and get the job done right and save time. The compactor was up and down the road, making sure all of the road material was well packed as they were spreading our new luster on our road. Our road is almost ready, and it's time to let that 28-ton piece of equipment have another run up the road. That truck made it almost to the top, but as you can see, still needed a little help from the track hoe. But he wasn't sinking. We now have a good, solid surface on our road. And now that he's made it to the top, we can start unloading that septic tank. Finally, make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on what we have to do next in order to build a house in Costa Rica.